Hey everyone, in this video we're going to do some financial statement analysis for Nvidia. We're going to look at Nvidia's latest 10Q, its quarterly 10Q statement. Now, I'm going to try and simplify things as much as I can. I know these can be complex financial documents. If you have any questions about anything I go over in this video, I'd be happy to answer them in the comment section down below. So with that being said, let's get right into it.
I want to thank the Motley Fool for sponsoring this video. Visit fool.com/Parkev for the 10 best stocks to buy now.
All right, so let's start with management's discussion here, talking about recent developments. Of course, if you've been following Nvidia stock, you've been aware that the company's demand absolutely soared. It's one of the biggest beneficiaries of the rising effectiveness of artificial intelligence. And so management here is saying that demand for our data center systems and products has surged over the last 3 quarters, and our demand visibility extends into next year. So management saying not only has our demand been absolutely explosive for the last year, but we can see that it's going to be explosive all the way into next year as well because of the orders that they're getting and the demand that they're seeing already. So Nvidia stock investors can be confident that this next year is going to be explosive as well. However, these increased purchase volumes, the number of suppliers, and the integration of new suppliers into their supply chain may create more complexity and execution risk. So it's not easy ramping up sales as quickly as Nvidia has had to ramp up sales. Management is saying that, look, we had to onboard some new suppliers, increase capacity, and while it's going well for now, there are some risks that are rising within our supply chain because of this sudden surge in business. Management also saying that they've had to do a lot of product transition lately because of the speed of increase in innovation in AI. So these product transitions are complex as we often ship both new and prior architecture products simultaneously, and we and our channel partners prepare to ship and support new products. So imagine you have older generation products still selling and you still have inventory and you're still producing that. Meanwhile, you've just brought in this next generation product. How do you balance that? How do you effectively balance that so that your customers don't say, well, we're not going to buy any more of your old stuff because we know you've got this new thing coming out in 2 months. We'll just wait for that new thing. And then what happens to all of this old inventory? Does it become obsolete? Do you need to discount them massively? Do you have inventory? Do you have manufacturing capacity that you've already planned and you can't get rid of? So all of those transitions are difficult, they're complex, and they could lead to significant oversupply where Nvidia will have to offer big discounts and incentives to get rid of that old generation technology. And so now they're saying that we're going to have a broader and faster data center product launch cadence to meet a growing and diverse set of AI opportunities. So not only have they been innovating aggressively over the last 5 years, but now Nvidia management saying that we're going to innovate even faster. We're going to have new products coming out at an even faster rate than we've ever done before. So while that might be exciting in terms of, wow, there's this new technology coming out, it is riskier from a business standpoint to try and execute on those strategy transitions. It's not an easy thing to do, and that makes it all the more impressive how Nvidia has been able to do this and achieve this much success with this much innovation, with this much surge in revenue. It's really unprecedented, the spectacular job Nvidia has been doing, and you can start to understand why Nvidia's stock price has increased so much in the last few years and in the last few decades. So these new technologies such as generative AI models have emerged, ChatGPT, right? And while they have been driven increased demand for data center compute infrastructure, the long-term trajectory is unknown. So at the same point, management saying that, look, the next year, it looks really strong for us. We can see that. We have the orders in hand, so we know next year is going to be strong. Longer term, however, they're saying we don't really know. Are these customers that are buying our products right now going to keep buying them? Are they going to make enough money from these large language models to keep supporting them, right? They don't know yet. They don't know yet. For now, there's all this excitement around AI and people are trying to create these AI products, but they don't know yet how much money those AI products are going to generate and if all of this investment is going to be worth it. And if all of a sudden they're going to say, you know what, we've spent all this money on generating AI, but it's really not worth it. It's just some fancy thing that customers don't want to pay for. It's nice if you give it to them for free, but as soon as you start asking customers to pay for these things like ChatGPT, they say no, thank you. So it's still really early stages and Nvidia doesn't know yet. And so that could be a risk for the longer term. Of course, one of the bigger headlines is that Nvidia's products, some of their more advanced products have been banned for sale to China and other specific strategically important countries. On October 17th, there was another headline, and Nvidia saying that their sales to China and other affected destinations derived from products that are now subject to these new requirements. They've contributed about 20 to 25% of their data center revenue over the past few quarters. And they expect their sales to these destinations will decline significantly in their next quarter, but they believe that decline will be offset by stronger growth everywhere else. So yes, those regions are going to decline, but it's going to be more than offset by other areas. So it's really just a big nothing burger for Nvidia because demand is so strong from everywhere else that they easily make up for it. Also, with impacts to Israel, the company has approximately 3,400 employees in the region who support primarily their R&D operations and sales and marketing. So that's important to note. If the disruptions expand in the region and the war lasts longer and the war deepens and broadens, it could impact Nvidia, although only 3,400 of its employees are in the region. So Nvidia's four large markets are data center, gaming, which also includes the mining of cryptocurrencies. That's included in its gaming segment. Remember, Nvidia's GPUs can be used to mine cryptocurrencies, which creates some demand for Nvidia's products from that segment. And then you have professional visualization and automotive. Let's take each one at a time. So data center is where the AI is where the demand from AI is coming from. And that's the segment that saw revenue jump 279% from a year ago. And management said this from global demand for training and inferencing of large language models, recommendation engines, and generative AI. Unsurprising there. Gaming was up 81% from a year ago. This could be due to the rising prices of cryptocurrencies again in mid to late 2023. And then professional visualization was up 108%. And finally, automotive revenue was up only 4%. Now, this includes sales of cockpit solutions and self-driving platforms. Now, these newer EV companies have been the ones to invest most aggressively in creating these self-driving platforms. And given the struggles in the EV industry, they kind of pulled back spending in this area. However, as popular as AI is right now for Nvidia, I feel that maybe 5 to 10 years from now, that's where its automotive segment is going to be. Once they can really accelerate and that driverless car technology hits an inflection point, and Nvidia is the primary leading provider of GPUs for the automotive driverless technology, that could really spur significant demand from Nvidia. That could be the next driver of demand for Nvidia, although it's not going to be next year. It's probably not going to be the year after that. But, you know, if you're looking out 5, 10 years from now, that could be significantly meaningful in Nvidia's business longer term. So that's something I'm looking at for Nvidia over the next several years. So there you have it. I've done some simplified, I shouldn't say simplified financial statement analysis of Nvidia's latest 10Q. If you have any questions, comment down below. I'd appreciate to hear your thoughts and try to answer any questions you might have. Thank you for watching this video. I truly appreciate it. I know there's a lot you could be doing with your time and a lot of other videos you could be watching. So I truly appreciate that you chose to watch this one. If you want to see more videos just like this, hit the subscribe or the like button. They'll both help me make more videos just like this one. Thank you again.